When it comes to setting New Year's goals, salespeople will make these 3 mistakes. I'm going to point those out to you and how you can go about fixing them so you don't have those issues ever again. Hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we're going to point out, or specifically, I'm going to point out to you 3 mistakes, and I do have a bonus one, 3 mistakes that salespeople make when it comes towards planning or setting goals for the new year, and how you can avoid these mistakes and just not have those issues again. So let's go into the first thing. There are 3 things that I want you to know. The first one, this may sound contradictory to what I believe and what I share, but I'm going to explain it. The first one is setting goals that are way too big without a plan. That's the caveat. A huge big goal without a plan. Number 2 is that not being descriptive enough about what you want. I'll share with you an example of that. Number 3 is that they don't have an exact goal or plan. It's more of a hope or a dream. And then my bonus one, I'll leave that for the bonus section. So the first one here, there was this Harvard study that showed that if we have goals that are really big and really lofty, sometimes we don't accomplish this. And here's one of the things that it says. You need to focus on micro goals. Micro goals make your goals more effective in the long run and also makes you happier. Now, like say for instance, if you took like a piece of, like a lettuce, and you want to eat that whole lettuce, if you're not used to eating vegetables regularly, you might say, oh, this is disgusting. But if you took that lettuce and you chopped it up into small pieces and like minced it or diced it up really, really tiny, and then you put it into something, you may not necessarily recognize it's there, but you're still getting all the nutrients and everything from that one piece of lettuce. Am I making sense on that? So the same idea with the goals, you may be able to set that $1 million goal, but let's break it down into a bunch of micro goals. Just chop that sucker up. And into those smaller pieces. So I might say the first thing is find out how do millionaires think? Find out the best path to earn $1 million. So I'm breaking up this one big goal into small things. And maybe I figure out like they save money. So I'm going to save X amount of my income. All right. And then I need to put a time period on this. How long am I trying to get that $1 million, right? And that lofty goal. Maybe it's then to make certain investments. So I'm going to invest X amount of dollars into this, and maybe I see that it's based on, the yielding of an interest of something that my $1,000 is going to earn this much. My income is going to come from me working this much. I'm going to earn X amount in my commission, and then you start seeing other things, and then maybe you have your side project or your side hustle on the side that's helping you generate money, and you start realizing, if I can continue and consistently do these things, I can be able to hit my $1 million goal in 3 years. Not describing what we want. Here's one of the things that we found in this partnership with the Pacific Institute based on their 50 years of neuroscience study. We think in pictures. I know it sounds like so elementary, right? But if I told you, if I say the word green apple, what happened? In your mind, you all of a sudden start thinking, you probably visualize a green apple. The point is that we think in pictures. So this is a very powerful thing to understand about the way that we behave as human beings. So then now with the goals that you have, if you tell yourself, I want to earn my quota. I want to reach my quota. That's a good goal, but it's not necessarily a smart goal, but it's still yet not descriptive enough. So you maybe say, I want to hit my quota. By October of 2022. All right, great. That's the overall goal. Let's make it very descriptive. So I might say, like, give me a little bit more about what the benefit is from hitting the quota rather than just saying I want to hit the quota by 2022. What if I said, I will, by hitting quota, and I'll earn enough money to take my family on a 1-month European vacation. Dang, that's visual. Like that now helps me to see myself on the train with my family staying in these really nice hotels and seeing like the Eiffel Tower and going on a train ride through the Swiss Alps. If you are visualizing that with your goal, like it makes your brain start to contemplate what we need to do to make that happen. And because you're tricking yourself, because the brain doesn't know anything between what's real and what's not real, it's going to start helping you subconsciously work towards that. And you're going to start naturally overcome some of those self-doubts or some of those lies or those objections that we put in our own way that prevent us from accomplishing our goals. Number 3 is that we don't plan like we don't plan and have that full goal. We have like this wish that we want to accomplish. So like say for instance, some people might say, I want to earn $1 million, and we may set up those micro goals, but we don't set a plan in place to do that, because you have to do certain discipline to be able to become a millionaire, or or if you want to be a billionaire, there's certain disciplines that you have. So you may have certain habits right now that are preventing you from accomplishing that goal, or that is in direct conflict with you being able to achieve that major goal that you want. So I have this client, and she had this, she still has this goal of being able to work out in the morning, and she was working out with one of her friends, and it was an early morning workout. So I'm talking like 5 o'clock. She realized that her sleep is important. That's good health. So she needed to make sure she was still getting her 8 hours of sleep. So she started doing a math to say, well, if I'm going to really do this, there's going to be a lot of life-altering changes that I need to make. So she saw that if she wanted to get up earlier, she had to go to bed earlier so that she could have that 8 hours of sleep. If she went to bed earlier, she still had to figure out a way to make dinner sooner. And if she was going to make dinner sooner, she was to figure out, how can I finish work on time and to make all of this possible? You see where I'm getting at? That goal of getting up at 5 a.m. is just not arbitrary. It's not just like this thing that I just put out there as a hope. I need to have a plan that goes with that. This is a bonus one. Most people don't believe they can accomplish their goals. So the way that I fix this, go back to the program that we have with the Pacific Institute and our sales mindset. We talk about affirmation. Some people, affirmations are really vague, like, I am successful. That's a good one, but it's just still vague. I am successful. The training that we offer has this idea of that, like, make it present tense, which that goal is, saying I'm successful, or instead of saying I want to be successful someday, like, make it present tense, I am successful, but then also put an emotion with it. Like, I feel energized knowing that I'm successful each and every single day when I look into my bank account. Like, that's something that's very visual. That affirmation helps you. Or I'm passionate. I'm confident and excited every single morning knowing that I am successful. That's another visual. So it may not be quote unquote successful yet, but every single day I tell myself that I work towards it. And you can define successful in whatever way you want. Successful may be that earnings that you have, or maybe it is like, being healthy and eating healthy. So whatever that is, I'm just going to go ahead and put that in and make that my focus, and make that my affirmation. And you say that affirmation. So make it present tense, and use an emotion with it. Happy and confident, knowing every single day that I am successful, earning $1 million a year. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and smash that like button. And also, I appreciate you if you subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to this podcast. And please, please, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, how you're enjoying the show. As always, I want you to succeed. I want you to thrive. I want you to find more of your ideal customers. I want you to know what to say when you reach out to them and you're communicating with them. I want you to close more deals. But most importantly, I want you to raise your level of thinking and go out and do big things. Thanks so much for watching.